Okay, let me just check. Started, yeah. So I got way too much, but let's start. So firstly, we got Guardians of the Galaxy, starring Rocket Corona. Of course, we all know Raccoon is Corona. Now, if you doubt that in the movie, if you're new to any of this, here's the movie. Recognize that yet again. Yeah, the Corona fakery in a microscope. But that's in Guardians of the Galaxy, in the ship that crashes. Guess where it crashes? Oh, you're going to love this. Hope this is really clear. Look at that. You got the Space Needle, the Puget Sound, and the place beyond the pines, the Ferris wheel, Albert Pike Place Market beyond Pine Street. Boom. Here you go. That's Guardians of the Galaxy. There, in the spaceship that crashes. There. All right there in that movie is clear as day. Phase 2 to Phase 3, Seattle, November the 3rd. Boom. Okay. Now, they go to Contraxia in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, so contracted Phase 2 film. Of course, it is Phase 2. Now, I got to do a lot of stuff on Ridley Scott. Ringing any bells? Front cover, man in a mask. Always has to be the mask. Now, I got lots of notes on this, so I'm going to have to read them out. Bear with me a second. That one. There we go. Right, okay, so the film itself, Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Goyim, of course. Lamb is sheep. Sheep is Goyim. That's you and me, to all those Phoenician merchants that live in Israel. Silence of the Lambs. Well, let's just find it. Here we are. Depeche Mode's Enjoy the Silence. If you have a look on the right, hold on a second, if you'll get there. He's wearing the crown, Corona. Enjoy the silence. Did you suffer well? Did you shake the disease? 3 tracks by Depeche Mode. Shake the disease, suffer well, and enjoy the silence. Now, what do I mean by that? This, of course. They knew it would be silent, and it sure as hell was. It was Groundhog Day every day, and it was silent. That's why you have all these silent films. What's it called? Something Silence 1 and 2. I've got it up here somewhere. And A Quiet Place. That's it. It's A Quiet Place 1 and 2. Here you go. There it is. Silence. A Quiet Place. This lockdown martial law. Now this one starts to make sense, doesn't it? This film from a couple of years ago. Right. So anyway, let me read Silence of the Lambs, right? So you got the man in the mask. And the film is about mental illness. Well, of course, that's the psychosis of the whole thing. He's a doctor, Dr. Hannibal Lecter. And the Red Dragon film, the sequel from Manhunter, behold a great red dragon. That's China. And just in case you doubt that, remember, this is a man in a mask, China. There's a line in it It's a Chinese character, appears on a mahjong piece. That is a line from Red Dragon. Chinese, man in a mask, silence of the Goyim, silence of the lambs. Do you get it? Subtle, huh? Then you have diphtheria, you have a virus. I didn't lose my sight till I was 7, 9. Death's head moth. Oh, and Dr. Hannibal Lecter says, and that blackout was an especially nice touch. So blackouts there. Yeah, the film Hannibal. Yeah. I should show this to you. Where is it? Somewhere here anyway. The third one, the film Hannibal. If you put the DVD in, 311 comes up in the left corner just before the menu, the disc menu. But you have to put it in fresh each time. You can't go back to that 311. It just comes up 311, and then it goes to the menu. And of course, the film starts with. Bear with me. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm going to follow my photographs in order. Guardians of the Galaxy after that crash. Look at the Space Needle down there. Also, Guardians of the Galaxy. If you look carefully, you've got Space Needle and Ferris wheel objects there. This is Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol. Do you recognize that? And Benji's saying we should all wear masks. Yes, we should all wear masks. He's saying it right throughout. In fact, in both films. And now this makes sense. He's wearing the corona, the raccoon. The raccoon. Corona. Yeah, he represents this blood red top as well. In the blood. Now we're back to Hannibal. Yeah. Actually, this is the first one, Silence of the Goyim. Recognize that carpet? Maybe that's a bit more clear. Recognize that carpet? Yeah, it's also subtle. Red Dragon first appears in a mask. Yeah, this is a bit I was about to talk about. That scene at the beginning of Hannibal, the Pike Place Market. Of course, it's not in Pike Place. It doesn't matter. She mentions needle. Watch out for needles, space needles, just before it pans to this, the place beyond the pines. Ferris wheel location of Seattle. About that. Hannibal again, Gary Oldman in a mask. Give me a second, let me check the timing. Okay. Bear with me. There's way too much to show you. Anyway, that's the pictures from that. Let's go for a few more pictures here. Right, now. Shadow Mask 1995. Make sure you're subscribed to him. Notice this track from 1995. Goody Mob, Cell Therapy. Cell Therapy. Think about cells of your body. It's all this corona thing right now. All of it. You got Bean, I recognize as a king. I lost my best friend, right? Kobe Bean Bryant. Yes, he spotted it right. Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe, sister city of Seattle with its Ferris wheel and Space Needle also. Fake buried at Corona Del Mar. Right? And of course, King. We're back to the Corona, the King, the crown. There's a lot in this. I mean, I could break this whole one down. I haven't got time now, so let's carry on. Yeah, more masks, movies, of course. end of Mission Impossible 4, just after a submarine, and November the 3rd on his phone, a submarine missile goes into the west coast, and then they're at Pier 47, Seattle, and they're mentioning blackout, they're mentioning boom, and then in a pier in Seattle. Pier 57 is the one. The Ferris wheel and the Pike Place Market. Boom. Ground zero for the fakery to come. Contaminated Man. Yeah. Another one. Course. Let me check the timing. Yeah, still got a few minutes left. Listen, this is 2003 Dead Zone. Oh, this is excellent.
Inside stays inside. I'm going to get a few deputies on it. We'll call it a lockdown.
Lockdown?
Well, until I come up with something better.
Halt. No. No, you cannot lock the school doors.
This is for your family's safety.
Safety, huh?
Well, I get sick too.
Trying to get a handle on this animal. Damn efficient airborne transmission. Blood tests and swabs aren't telling us much. We know it acts like a virus. It causes high fever and respiratory distress. So, tracking and treating a mysterious outbreak like this would take the CDC months.
We better get started, then. Anyone who hasn't been exposed already needs to wear a mask.
China. Isn't that where flu viruses come from?
Yeah. A lot of viruses come from there.
International flight to China?
That's no coincidence. Whatever it is, it originated in China.
Time is not on our side.
It's like looking for a needle in a needle stack.
Space Needle as well.
We have ruled out all the usual suspects: influenza, SARS, bacterial pneumonia.
How long is it going to take?
Well, it took 34 days to isolate the coronavirus that caused SARS.
Bingo. I mean, I can't even begin to name how many things came up in that 2003 17-year-old episode of The Dead Zone. Yeah? Outbreak, virus. He even says coronavirus, lockdown, masks, everything coming out of China. I mean, it's just, if you can't see that this has been, this false flag, this second part of the Seattle false flag, phase 2 of the phase 5 phases, isn't a complete massive lie, then from that, then I just give up with you. All right, anyway. Right. So we got West Side Story coming out. West Side, okay, Seattle. West Side, West Coast. We've got Ingrid Goes West. We've got Slow West, recent film. A Million Ways to Die in the West. And then you've got The Silence of the Lambs again, the Goyim getting killed on the West, but fake killed. This is the American Capitol Hill, knock down the house, America being knocked down. This is the classic, the trilogy, Get Out of the US, because there's an antebellum coming for 2020. Right? Antebellum being the antebellum era, antebellum South, the first American Civil War. Before I forget, I bought a copy of U-Boat with William H. Macy, right? Submarine film, but it's a doozy. Just watched it. It's all about a virus on a boat, on a submarine. It's all about virus, just virus. And they have to wear masks, and they mention quarantine. Well, come on. Yeah. World War 1984, George Wells 1984, Wonder Woman 1984. Okay, I got to stop it there.